Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another broadcast of Jerusalem's Gate. I'm redoing a video I just posted not too long ago. It's about the COVID situation. I have not talked too much about the COVID situation, but I'm going to start doing that. I'm going to start keeping up with the numbers, and we're going to start going over the biblical, what the Bible says, how it prophesies it, and what we should do to overcome it. Okay, before we get started though, I want to go over some numbers. Today's numbers, the latest numbers are, in the United States, there's 2,847,469 confirmed COVID cases. That's tested, documented, confirmed. Now, here's the situation. Conservatively speaking, you times that by 10 to 20%, and that's how many people that are asymptomatic or have not come down with the illnesses, the symptoms yet, and are out there, unbeknownst to them, infecting other people. Well, again, the deaths in the United States is at 131,509 just in the United States. And that number, since the economy is open, that number is drastically increasing again. Globally, we're at 11,037,625 with 523,898 deaths. So it's 523,898 deaths globally. And I think that should be reaching the million mark of deaths pretty soon. Okay, now what should we say about this? What does the Bible say about this? Okay, your attention. I hope you can see it. If you can't, I'll read it. Matthew 24:7. Matthew 24:7. For nation shall rise against nation, and this is Jesus telling his disciples what to look for his return in the end of the age. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in divers places. Divers places means various places. Now the thing to lock in on is this term pestilences. This term pestilences is things like the COVID-19 illness. It's talking about pestilences. Ladies and gentlemen, there's no doubt that this is spiritually related. No doubt in my mind. Some may believe it. Some, I'm sure the Christians will believe it. This has something to do in the spiritual realm. And, okay, that's a fact. The numbers are increasing. Now the economies are open up. You can't keep the economy shut forever. The country and the world will go bankrupt. Okay, what do? Not luck with a vaccine yet. It's a tricky virus from what I understand, and it may take a while if they ever do find it. Now, here's what the Bible says to overcome it. And watch this very read this very closely. If you can't read it, I'll read it for you. 2 Chronicles 7:14. This was written before Christ. If my people which are called by my name shall humble themselves and pray and seek my face and turn from their wicked ways, then will I hear from heaven and will forgive their sin, and more importantly, and I will heal their land. God has given us an escape route, a remedy for what's happening with the COVID situation. That's what we must do as a nation. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm neither Democrat nor Republican. I'm neither nor. But I'm telling you, I read headlines. You know, when you turn on your computer and you see headlines, and I just scan through the headlines and see what the read or anything, and I see. Don't forget it's election year. I see people trying to play something that is spiritual, and it has nothing to, and no doing of our current commander-in-chief, trying to dump the problem on him and the blame on him. And I see that as a grave injustice. I really do. And I'm not telling you who to vote for or anything, but I'm just saying that's a grave injustice, because the reason we have the COVID situation is because of past politicians passing anti-Christian laws to make our country less of a Christian country. And what does the Bible say about countries that forsake God? I mean, and another thing, you turn on the computer, you read the headlines, you read the news, and all you see in these end days is hate, 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 hate. Everywhere. We must love one another. We must care for one another. Ladies and gentlemen, the greatest gift to have, the Apostle Paul tells us, is perfect love. That's the greatest gift, even greater than faith. Without love, it's nothing. You're nothing. You're nothing without love. You're a nauseating, clingy cymbal sound in God's ears, the Apostle Paul wrote. And, we're all related, going back to Noah's children, and prior to that to Adam and Eve. God has given us an answer how to overcome this COVID. And it's in 2 Chronicles 7:14. I'm going to repeat it again. If my people, which are called by my name, shall humble themselves and pray and seek my face and turn from their wicked ways, then will I hear from heaven, and I will forgive their sin and will heal their land. That is God telling us before Christ how to overcome this COVID situation. There's no doubt, as I close, I'll say this. There's no doubt there's some human rights atrocities been taking place for a very long time. And I think people are watching us smart enough to figure out what it is. And we must return to the basic constitutional, everyone gets constitutional rights. The Constitution is for all. And ladies and gentlemen, we must get back to loving one another and having perfect love. But with that said, I wanted to give you an update. I'm going to update you quite often on this. But with that said, you're watching and listening to another broadcast of Jerusalem's Gate. Before I close, I would like to say, we're a non-profit Christian news and sermon channel. One thing I do ask as a favor, though, is to subscribe and hit the notification bell for updates if you would like to get updates from Jerusalem's Gate. I'd be much appreciative. I don't ask that often. Very rarely do I ask that. But we do not accept any money here, but we do ask you to subscribe to help us grow and hit the notification bell. Once again, we love you. We see you on the next broadcast.